So today is a very, very special day for me. I reached a milestone that I honestly didn't expect to reach, especially not in such a short amount of time, and that milestone is 100 subscribers. So I thought what better way to honor my 100 subscribers than to do a little drawing for every single one of you. Kia ora everyone, this is Hey Johanna. Yes, I am going to draw 100 little things, one for every single subscriber I have, but first, I want to take a moment just to thank you all. Some people may not understand why I'm making such a big deal out of 100 subscribers, and perhaps I am making a little bit much out of this small milestone, but when I think about how 100 people, 100 of you clicked that little subscribe button to me, to my channel, I can't even comprehend it. It's amazing. I love you all so, so much, and I appreciate your support more than you could possibly understand. Thank you infinitely. Okay, now let's get on to drawing 100 little things for you guys. Okay, so the way this is going to work is like this. I'm going to fill this entire A4 page with drawings. I have made a list of things that I'm going to draw. It's just objects I like birds and animals and flowers. It's just a whole bunch of random shit, really. I haven't fully decided yet, but I think I'm just going to do it in pencil and then fine liner using my Micron pens, and then I can scan it and color it at a later date if I want to. I am doing this on watercolor paper though, just in case I feel like painting it with watercolor or, of course, Indian ink after I've finished lining it. So without any further ado, let's draw 100 things. Okay, so lots to talk about here. Where do I even begin? I guess I should first address the fact that by the time this video is finally put up, I will have quite a few more than 100 subscribers. Even as I was drawing, I realized I had more than 100, so here and there I was squeezing in a couple more objects and things to represent more people, but I'm really sorry I did mess that up a bit. I really am grateful to all of you who have subscribed and got me over that first milestone. I guess I just never figured that anyone would be interested in what I had to say. My partner was the one who encouraged me to start this channel in the first place, and I just didn't believe myself that this would happen. You guys better believe that every time I got an email or a YouTube notification telling me that I had a new subscriber, my heart would start beating so fast and I just could not stop smiling. And I would always click on that person's profile or channel or whatever and see who they were, and I'd just get excited about it. So you've really had a positive influence on me. I mean, you really, really have. So now let's talk about this drawing. When I decided to do this in my mind, I thought, oh, 100 isn't that big a number. I'm sure I can easily draw 100 things. So I started writing a list of the things that I would draw, and I think that's when I first realized that it was going to be a bit more of a challenge. Even writing down 100 objects to draw was kind of weirdly difficult. It took ages, and there were more things than I expected there to be. And certainly as I started to draw them, I was like, oh no, this is probably gonna take a while. And I mean, it was worth it, it was so worth it, but shit, I never wanted to be done with a drawing more than when I was halfway through this one. And that brings me to what the 100 objects actually are. So here is the list. My cat, my dog, my bike, a chair, a capsicum, my favourite shoes, my favourite jacket, my favourite dress, a butterfly, a frog, a spider, a tui, a pukeko, a fantail, a kia, a kakapo, a kiwi. Those are all New Zealand birds, by the way. A fern, a pahudakawa, kowhai, manuka, harakeke, kakabik, bongo cat, an eye, a peony, a skull, a squirrel, my phone, a sloth, a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, an iced coffee, a daisy, a raven skull, a zebra, a mountain, a banana, a camera, a lemon, rarity from My Little Pony, a three-eyed cat, a snake, a paper plane, a bottle, a crystal ball, a bee, a duck, something that reminds me of my mum, something that reminds me of my dad, something that reminds me of my 3 brothers, a Coke can, some dice, a diamond, my PlayStation 4 controller, a mushroom, the sun, the moon, Saturn, a deer head, a cupcake, Pinkie Pie from My Little Pony, a nail polish bottle, a donut, a cactus, my dog again, the word nice, a tomato, a MacBook, an iPad, a Nintendo Switch, my perfume, my cat again, a shark, a jellyfish, an ice cream, Twilight Sparkle from My Little Pony, my purse, a dagger, a magic hand, a succulent, a cat skull, a snail, Fluttershy from My Little Pony, a pizza, a rose, a succulent, a succulent, a succulent, I like succulents, a daffodil, an ink pot, a cow, a seagull, a lighter, a sheep, a flying saucer, and the number 100. I'm pretty sure everything on the list is in this drawing. If it's not, then I'll be a little bit surprised because I was pretty vigilant about getting every single bit on, but I can't be certain. Okay, so I finished up all the inking, I erased all the graphite lines underneath, and I was considering just leaving the drawing here. I really love how this looks now, but let's be honest, it is screaming to be coloured. I have also been saying recently that I wanted to practice doing more watercolor, so that is what I'm going to do. However, I have also scanned this and printed it onto marker paper right here, so I might decide to color that in with my alcohol markers as well. We will just have to see. For this one, however, I'm going to be using my Winsor & Newton Cotman series watercolors. I have put them into these little pans, but they come in tubes like this. They are student grade paints, and up until very recently they were the only watercolors I owned. I may or may not have got some really lovely new paints for my birthday that was just a couple of days ago. But as I say, these are the ones that I've had for a while, and they're the ones that I'm going to be using today. Okay, let's begin. I am very, very excited. I can't wait to see how this comes out once it's all colored in. As I mentioned just before, it was my birthday about a week ago, and okay, look, I look forward to my birthdays so much because I always use it as an opportunity to spend a bit more money than I ordinarily would have done on art supplies. And this year, my parents, who live overseas, added to that art supply fund. So this was just mega. I was able to get some really lovely items which I've been wanting for ages, and I am so excited to try them out. I'm going to do a video on those, so I won't give away too much, but they are watercolors, and thank goodness I did spend some money on some good quality watercolors, because after using these Winsor & Newton Cotman watercolors, I want to try something a little bit higher quality. Let me just quickly say, I know the saying, a bad workman always blames his tools, but I have used other watercolors before, and for some reason I have never been able to get these Winsor & Newton ones to work with me like I have with others. For a while I thought that I was just shit at watercolor painting, and there probably is some truth to that. It's not a medium I've spent that much time with, but after doing this painting I suspect that it may not just be me. I'm not going to say too much until I've tried a couple of weeks of working with some different watercolors, because I don't want to go saying, well, these suck, if it's actually me. But to give myself a little credit here, I do have many years experience with a range of mediums, and in my experience, when you feel like you're fighting with your medium, it's generally not a good sign. Again, I'm really tentative to say too much, but I guess I can say that I was just struggling with keeping the watercolors wet, I was struggling with reactivating, I was struggling with dry areas being picked up by the softest brush strokes. I was just fighting with the medium the whole time, and it was not an enjoyable experience. Add that onto the fact that this was quite different to my usual work, and then the fact that this was a fiddly and very colourful piece, and yeah, that's why this has taken 2 and a bit weeks to complete. But as I say, I'll know soon enough if this just isn't my medium, or if I've just been using a bad tool for too long. So this thing is finally done. This took just way longer than I was expecting, so I'm gonna have to leave my marker drawing for another day. Sorry about that. But I mean, this one came out pretty cool. I think it is better colored in. It's funny looking at this, it doesn't look like 100 things, but having to draw every single one of them, it gave me a pretty good perspective on how big 100 really is. So thanks again to everyone subscribed. I'm gonna hang this on my wall to remind me of you guys. And just to forestall the question, I'm not doing this ever again. I'll think of something else next time, because oh my god, this took me forever. Thank you so much for watching. Kia ora everyone, have the most wonderful of evenings, and I will see you very soon. Bye!